right, you guys, we are live in effect. I am pumped up for tonight's show because I got another dog in the locker room with us. This is somebody that is a brother of mine, literally strapped it up, got in the trenches together and made it happen. We won a championship together in college, and then he went off to have an amazing career, you guys, in the NFL, Pro Bowler, played on some dynamite teams with the Eagles, played for the Niners, Rams, and that is none other than Mike Lewis. What's going on, Playmaker?
What's up, fellas? I appreciate you guys having me on, man. You know, I always gonna show love for Dog Pound. That's how we get down.
Dog Pound all day. You guys don't even know about that, so you don't gotta worry about that, you young pups out there. But of course, I do got my other dog with me, and that is none other than Q, the guru. What's going on, player?
What's going on, Coach? Mike, appreciate you coming on with this rock out, man, for sure. This is going to be a good one. We want some fun.
Definitely, and we already got some of the boys in. I see Jimmy Rucker.
Big Jimmy.
Let's get it. He's always in the locker room with us. And then, of course, our family out in Alabama, the Falls family, a couple Division I football players in that family. They say, let's get it on. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be in a little bit of speed mode because I know there's some Golden State Warriors fans, some Celtics fans in the house that want to get after it too. But we got some topics. And the industry never hesitates to let us down with some of the key things that are going on in the industry. So let's get right after it, you guys. I mean, first things first, young CeeDee Lamb. This is a superstar for the Dallas Cowboys, you guys, and it looks like he's being sued. Obviously, these guys have business dealings off the field. He had a little trading card company that was not happy with the way he showed up for the deal and said that they want some money. So talk to me a little bit, Mike. I mean, obviously, you had business partnerships once you got to the league. How important is it for these athletes to really dial into who they're doing business with, or is it pretty much where the money's at, you got to go?
That's pretty much it, man. I mean, your agent is the one who's out there shopping and trying to get you some deals, and he's bringing you all types of deals or whatever, and it's like, okay, we got a card company right here wants you to sign a certain amount of autographs or whatever. Okay, boom, I'm gonna do it, but you have to sit down and really do it. You know, a lot of times, guys, you know, I know that when I played, you know, would do part of the deal, get the cash, and then stop. I see now today that's still going on. You know, you're not finishing up, and CD got a little caught up, but it is what it is. You just gonna take the money. That's what we as players. That's what we do. You know, if it's more money to do the X, Y, Z to get a car service deal, a car deal, you're gonna take the cash. You know, it is what it is.
Good point. Q, what's your thoughts, man? I mean, now we're in a day and age where the college kids can even do deals like this. Do you think that these athletes really know that they can be sued, or you think that they just think it's all red carpet treatment?
You know what? I mean, I'm thinking along the lines of red carpet treatment. I mean, Big Mike is like exactly how he said, you know, boys are going to take the cash, but you don't want to burn bridges either. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, when you're thinking like a businessman, you know, you young players out here, you never know when a company can merge or buy out with another company that you sign with down the line. So say this is a deal with Donruss, you know, whatnot. Well, what if Nike buys out Donruss down the line? You see what I'm saying? It's a merger, or they bought them out. Now you didn't burn that bridge for a whole nother opportunity in a whole nother bag, a bigger bag, and you didn't kill yourself early on. Yeah, so always fulfill your end of the deal.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about burning bridges, but if you're a big enough name, you can burn bridges all day long.
Facts. Unfortunately, facts.
You know, they're gonna keep coming with different deals.
That's true.
That's part of it. I mean, you hate for guys to do that. You know, sitting there burning bridges left and right, taking money and going, but that's a part of the game, man.
True.
You know, the companies know that, you know, and it is what it is.
You worth the risk,
yeah.
Definitely. No, that's a good point right there, fellas. And I wasn't even thinking about some of those angles. So we are on to our next topic, you guys. And this one is an ongoing theme from what we're seeing. I mean, these colleges are moving and shaking, and it looks like the University of Houston, the University of Cincinnati, and Central Florida, UCF, have chunked the deuce, you guys, to the AAC, and they said they want some Big 12 action. Everybody on this podcast tonight played in the Big 12. So they want to go to the Big 12, you guys. Obviously, that's going to come with a price. So the AAC is saying $18 million each. $18 million each to get out of our conference. We ain't letting you go that easy. We had an agreement. But if you look at this article right here, the Big 12, you guys, distributed $426 million last year, $42.6 million per team last year. And the Big 12 ain't even the top. The Big 12 ain't even the top. So $42 million. I think I'll part ways with 18.
No doubt.
No
doubt.
Talk to me, Q. I mean, obviously, this is an ongoing theme. Are they pretty much telling us, man, the Power 5 is the only place to be, or what do you think?
That's looking like that's just what it is. I mean, man, you boys know, Mike. Things change. I guess I'm still swallowing the fact that the last 10 years of give or take has been SEC. You boys know what it is. America knew what it was, man. It was Big 10, but when we were there, it was Big 12 or nothing. Because Big 12 was the rough house. It was it was this whoever was coming out of our conference was gonna win that championship. Period of point blank. Yep. Right. Yep. And I mean, hey, Colorado left and went to Pac-12. So I mean, it's about this money, man. These brink trucks are driving around, they dropping off bags out here, man.
You know what? It is about the money, but I think also you got some of these schools like a Cincinnati or UCF that can go 11-0
Cincinnati
in the championship series.
True.
They don't get an opportunity to play, play for the title or whatever. So I feel like you got to go to these bigger conferences to get that opportunity, because people look at the teams you play and they're like, "Oh, you playing Little Sisters of Sarah? Ain't no way we about to get."
Right. Strength of schedule.
Give you a point.
That's just, I mean, the money's involved, but also these schools, they're jumping conferences because they realize, hey, look, if we want to play in the bowl championships, we got to go to the bigger conferences.
Yeah,
we have to do that.
That's true.
And you can't fault them for that.
Yeah, that's
as far as, because you've got young ones in the house, and I know we were talking offline, Mike, that you got one that's going to Washington State. I mean, you got boys coming up. Are you talking to them as far as Power 5? That's where we need to be? Or are you pretty much like, hey, just wherever your heart takes you?
It's pretty much, I look at it like this. I don't want to put any pressure on them. So whatever it is, my boys, they love football. They play baseball and soccer as well. So nice. I'm not going to push, hey, Power 5, just play football here because I play football. I don't want you to follow in my shoes. You make your own path. Tread your own, way in life. Not what your father did or try to build your image or your thing off of what your father did. Do your own thing. So, I mean, it is what it is, with some of these other players with their kids. But for me, do your own thing. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy.
Hey, Coach, real quick, this off subject. Mike, say that again one more time. Your sons play what?
Baseball and soccer.
And you heard that, folks. They are not one sport athletes. I just want to touch on that. I know that's one that's off the subject, but I just wanted to make sure y'all did hear that, because we talk about that all the time. Dads, don't just, it's not football. They're making them well-rounded athletes, and they're developing different skills. Let them play other sports, and they'll develop other skills that they can incorporate back into the game of football. Just wanted to touch on that real quick.
That's the truth.
Good job, Mike. You know what it is.
And that's a whole nother locker room show, because I know some coaches out here try to pigeonhole these kids. But we are on to our next topic, you guys, and this is a big one. This is one that you might really only hear about hardcore in the locker room, where we talk about it from a perspective of you young football players that may be going through something like this. So our next topic is came across this article, fellas, and it says the first openly gay football player was back in the late 60s. And I think a lot of people assume that it was Michael Sam. We see here him getting his kiss on. And then recently, the Raiders player, man, who's a dog, came out. But gay players in football, whether it's college, high school, NFL. Mike, do you feel like there were any guys that you played with that might have been gay? And do you have any friends that came out maybe when you were playing?
I'm sure there were some gay guys on my team, but at the end of the day, when that locker room, if you can help me win a game, help us win, that's all I care about, man. What you do off the field, that's on you, because I got plenty of stories to tell you about what guys did away from the field. So what you did and your preference or who you liked or whatever, that's on you. Who am I to discriminate or be mad at somebody because they're one way or another? You helping us win, hey, do your thing, man.
Q, what's your opinions? Anybody at Kansas, man, that came out or that you guys kind of knew, just keeping it on the low?
Yeah, not really that came out. I mean, I had, maybe a few, man, that maybe I, kind of suspected or whatnot. But it's one of those things, same thing as Mike said, man. Guys, you play, as long as you strap it up, and you balling, man, you do whatever it is you do, man, in your own personal life, whatever sexual preference you are, man, do your thing, man. I mean, hey, that's your life to live.
Do you guys feel like guys can come out and not have any repercussions in the locker room? I know there's media repercussions, but Do you feel like in the locker room, most guys have the sentiment that you guys do?
I think now it's a little more accepting. I think back, when I first got to the league or whatever, it wasn't as accepting as it is now. But guys, all they care about what you're doing is what you're doing on the field is what they care about.
Definitely. No, that's real talk. And for you, any of you young football players, man, if you have teammates that maybe are deciding to come out or confiding in you, you guys respect that. You guys, if they're dogs on the field, and they're handling their business, they got your back. You got to hold them down. So you guys keep that in mind. And maybe it's you get some support on how to do it, how to come out. And you should be able to be yourself. So hopefully you guys take some heed to that. If you're joining us for the very first time, I'm Coach T.Wood. We're in the locker room. This is where it goes down. We're truthful. We bring in people in the industry that are going to shoot it to you straight. We got one of the greats tonight, dear friend, brother of mine, Mike Lewis, that you see in the middle. Great free safety. Come down and knock your head off if you were sleeping. So we're pumped up to have you, Mike. And this next one is good, man. This next one is something that you were great at, Mike, whether it was in college or navigating relationships in the NFL. But I wanted to ask you, man, give some advice to these young football players on the business side of things. I know sometimes they whisper in our ear during recruiting, and we think that it's only us. But can you talk to these athletes about how to handle relationships with coaches at the next level, at a professional level?
I mean, they're there to do a job, and you're there to do a job. I mean, the relationship is if we make them look good, everything is going to be great. But at the same time, if it's something that's going on, if you're not doing your job on the field, you've got to expect that coach to go up and tell the management organization, hey, look, he's not getting the job done. We need to get somebody else in there. And you got to respect it from the coach. Because I tell you this, coaches move around all the time. So you get in a bad relationship with one coach, he may be with the 49ers. Next thing you know, he's over here with the Houston Texans or whatever. And he's up there vouching for you to try to get you a job. So you never want to burn bridges with coaches. You got to understand, look, they're there to do their job, and you're there to do your job. You make them look good. They make you sound and look good to the management, the ones that are cutting your check.
Okay.
But a lot of times you hear about guys falling out with coaches, blaming the coaches for them being second or third on the depth chart. No, you go handle that and move yourself up on the depth chart. It's not on the coach. It's on you. Fact. You show them what you can do. That's just my belief. I never want to put where I'm at, as far as on the depth chart or not playing or whatever, on the coaches. That's the easy way out. Let me blame the coaches for me not playing. No, what can I do to get better and be better so I can get out there on the field? That's the way I approach it.
I love it. That's real talk right there. And Q, I mean, you came from St. Louis, then you went to Lawrence, Kansas. Obviously, you're thinking, I'm gonna have a bomb career and go for the Thor. Did you feel coming out of high school that you were ready to handle relationships with college coaches, or did that take some grooming?
No, you know what? It took some grooming, but I guess I was fortunate enough, coming out of our high school, Hazelwood East out in St. Louis, Missouri, and we had produced, a lot of guys that, it went numerous, it went deep Division 1, and even, a ton of guys that were going to the league that were coming back, that were helping groom us, the Terrell Fletchers, guys like that were coming back and and showing us how to deal with coaches, the do's and the don'ts. So we were fortunate enough to have that, but that definitely takes some grooming. Big Mike, you definitely right as well. Man, you never know where a coach is gonna land, man. You never know, and he's gonna be the first one on the line with that GM, whoever's over scouting personnel, to be able to get you, a position, man, to get you a check in your pocket for your family. Totally agree with that.
And Eric Foss right there, Mr. Foss says taking ownership and not placing blame is a must. I
Facts.
know he teaches that to his boys, and that's why his boys are moving through the industry right. So that's big right there. We are on, you guys, to our next topic. And once again, we cover trending topics in the locker room, but we like to bring things that are practical for you guys to put in your toolbox. And we get it from the best. You guys, right here is a big opportunity. So today we're talking about leverage, fellas, and the leverage that athletes here have, and we see Tampa Bay's and Dominican Sue kicking assets. He's kicking butt on the field, but he's kicking assets, inspiring athletes to invest. Another guy killing it off the field, Bobby Wagner. He's got equity stake in a $1.2 billion company. Leverage off the field from football, Mike. When did you realize that you started to have leverage? Was it way back in high school? Was it in the league? When did you start to realize, oh shoot, man, I got some leverage I got to take advantage
of? Man, that's a tough one. For me, leverage really started once I got to the league, because everybody wants to have a little piece of you. And with the Eagles, we were winning. Winning brings a whole lot of things with it. There's opportunities for you, but unfortunately, I didn't take advantage of the leverage I had. I was locked into football and doing my job to the best of my ability. So I didn't take advantage of that. It was only after I got out of the league, I was like, wait a minute, I was an NFL player, a Pro Bowler, but I can do X, Y, Z as far as business wise. I encourage these guys as early as they can, get involved in the business aspect as well as, the sport that they're playing.
Yeah. Q, talk to me about leverage, man. I mean, were you gamed up on that early, or were you kind of like Mike, where it was after ball? You was like, man, I was on multi-million-dollar campus.
Right. I mean, yeah, man. We didn't realize at the time. I mean, but thing about it is, man, it's social media, it's the IG and TikTok and all these things that you can use to your advantage. The only thing, like we were mentioning before, you had as an athlete was your agent. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much your leverage in regards to making any additional moves off the field. And it's so wide open now with these younger athletes, like literally the sky's the limit.
Yeah, no, that's
you can have your hand in any and everything you want to be profitable and grow yourself financially and help others grow as well.
Yeah, definitely a whole new day and age, you guys, and hopefully you guys take advantage of it. Don't be like us, where after you like, man, I should have talked to that scholarship donor or that media person. You guys got leverage.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I'm just now getting really involved in social media, really now, and I'm 42 years old. That's to tell you something. Like after you got it, they got an advantage right now, so they need to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Big time.
Real talk right there. Real talk. And we are on to our next topic. You guys, we're flying through the show and getting a lot of content value from Big Mike from Q. And this one, Mike, I know you in the locker room for the first time, baby. But this is the one that the people show up for. And it is the lightning round. The lightning round is where it goes down. If you're joining us for the first time, the lightning round is where our guest has 60 seconds. He has 60 seconds, y'all, to get through as many words, topics as he possibly can. Now, this is our version, the locker room show version of word association. So it's supposed to be the first thing, Mike, Don't get to him in it hard. Give it to us raw. And the first thing that comes to your mind. Now, this is special because we don't just do the lightning round. We actually come with it. We got a prize for whoever is the top dog. And right now, I think our top number is 12, right?
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah,
12.
That's the number right now.
And,
so that's tough.
And 12, yeah, 12 is high. And who was that? That was one of my boys. Who got 12? Somebody from CU, right? Or was it one of your Kansas boys? I got to look through our reels.
I don't know. It's DP. No, DP.
Oh, DP. Damon.
DP had 12.
Yeah, Damon.
Jayhawks up, baby. Yeah, DP got 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was trying to sneak in buffs. I was trying to
get
y'all win.
We can't win. You see that?
Mike, you got to come through. You got to come through. So, yes, DP, right now, Damon Patterson is our winner. He probably watching too or going to watch this. So I ain't trying to cheat you, brother. But hotel and dinner, and I know you got a lovely wife. Shouts out to Amris, another buff. Hotel and dinner on us, man. And this ain't, I know you in Arizona, so we ain't going super Scottsdale, super ritzy. But if you get over 12, I got you. So the lightning round, you ready, brother?
Yep, let's get it.
All right. So first thing that comes to your mind, if you slip up a little bit, you say cuss words. Okay, we on YouTube. They do crazy things on YouTube. Let me get my stopwatch ready. Now, you guys, Mike is a big boy, about 6'2", 6'3", 220, but he did his thing in the 40-yard dash, so he's used to one of these stopwatches, and we're gonna get after it. Now, I'm not gonna cheat you. They say I cheat people. I'm gonna wait till I say the first thing before I start. So we about to get started, y'all. The lightning round, and 12 is the number. First one up, Andy Reid. Go. First
Not
thing.
a good coach.
Lamar Consolidated High School.
Best high school in the country.
Gary Barnett.
Not a good coach.
Clam chowder or chicken noodle soup.
Clam chowder all day.
Terrell Owens.
One of my best teammates.
Deuce Staley.
Hard-nosed runner.
Best QB you've played against.
Oh, you stumped me. Brett Favre.
Best defensive coordinator.
Jim Johnson.
Chicken fried rice or chicken chow mein.
Chicken fried rice.
Big Sean or the baby.
The baby.
Rolls Royce or Lambo. He's cooking. 55 seconds.
Rolls Royce.
Nia Long or Aaliyah. Time. I didn't put you on the spot. That's probably a good one for you. So no, you was rolling there. Hold on. We definitely gonna revisit. So let's see.
I was stuck in clam chowder. I'm like,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That the last one would have been 12 for the tie. Man. 12 for the tie. So okay. Now I know some people might be wondering that are watching this live or later. You probably think Andy Reid, maybe, and Gary Barnett are great coaches, but you gotta understand that some people have had some behind the curtains previews and dealings with people. So you got to take it for us where we want the truth, right? We in the locker room. So there you go. He's rocking with the clam chowder over the chicken noodle. Deuce Staley, hard right. Brett Favre, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that guy, one of those guys, no matter what coverage you were in, he was going to zip the ball in.
He gonna get it there.
Yep. Try to beat it, you know.
Yep.
Gunslinger, true to form.
Okay, all right. So there you guys hear it. I know you guys do these quarterback debates. There you guys have it. And then he's going Rolls Royce over Lambo, which doesn't surprise me because Mike likes to ride in style and take a little slow.
The Lambos you take to the shop, it's $10,000 to $5,000 to $10,000.
Businessman.
So you don't want to be dealing with that kind of
stuff. So you ain't even dealing with that.
That's right.
Well, that is big, man. And 11, you're cooking, holding it down for the bus. And we're on to the last section of the show, you guys. Thank you, Mike, once again for coming in the locker room. Definitely going to have you back. And this is the Q&A section of the show. And really, this is one, man, I pulled from my own database because you played with a lot of cats. I mean, right here, you got the great Brian Dawkins. You played, I was looking the other day, the Bobby Taylors, some amazing players, man, that you played
That
with.
was a hell of a
And
secondary, boy.
Well, yeah.
yeah,
Whew.
yeah,
We had some
yeah.
talent.
And then when you look back, man, whether it was college, high school, the pros, play with some dogs with the Niners. What's something when guys are talking about you and you're not in the room, guys that you played with, how do you want to be remembered by them guys that you strapped it up with?
When I stepped out on the field, I gave it my all. I laid it out. I played after I got concussions, a dislocated elbow. I had a heart. I had a heart condition. Out there playing. The guy Michael Lewis laid it out on the line, and I would hope all the guys I played with would say something along those lines.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Q, about yourself, man. When you think back on your career, when you think back to guys that you were in the trenches with, man, what you want them to say about you?
Man, definitely, man. That along the lines of what Mike said, but man, just bringing energy to the team, man. I think that's one thing. When you stop strapping it up, man, it's about that feeling of being in the huddle, man, with those other 10 faces looking back at you. That's what you really miss. It's being in that huddle and looking like, man, we about to go to war with these boys right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's like all that crowd noise just fades out. And
Yep.
it's you and your 10 guys, man. And we about to go to war, man. It's silent. People always just be like, man, how do y'all? It's 90,000 people, it's 100,000 people in there. How do you hear? And it's like, man, it's dead silent, man. You locked in out there with your guys, it's silent, boy. You don't hear nothing.
Yep.
All you hear is the call. Am I lying?
That's it. That's all you hear.
You don't hear nothing but the call.
Yep.
You might not even hear that. but no, man, Dog Pound, much love. And I can say, because I seen this dude's maturation. I was a year older than Mike. He came in the year after me. Definitely had talent, but he was someone that really quickly figured out, man, that this is a business and that there's time to play and there's time to handle my business. And I got a dream. I got a goal. He knew he wanted to go to the NFL and wasn't letting nothing get in the way of it. So you guys keep that in mind. You can make it. Mike, I love you, man. Thanks for coming in the locker room.
Appreciate you, Big Mike.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Definitely.
No doubt. No
Yes.
doubt. All right, you guys. So there you have it. That is Mike Lou. That is someone, like I said, dear friend of mine, family member, and he came in and held it down. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of tonight show. And we know you got a lot out of tonight's show. Q, before we sign off, man, anything you want to say to the people?
Oh, definitely, man. Like I've been saying, you guys, hey, it's still early in the summer, fellas. Be safe. Traveling or at home. Again, keep saying it all throughout the summer. We don't want any torn ACLs out here hooping, messing around, playing. We don't want anybody drowning.
It happens every offseason.
It happens, I'm telling you, every summer. Every single
off-season.
summer. Be safe. Get back to your family safe. Travel, have fun. Get back to school. You're going to get back to camp. We're going to get back to work.
And if anything, you guys, you could tell from Mike and tell from us, there's a lot of opportunity out there. There's a lot of opportunity for the ones that are thinking right. So that's why we bring it in the locker room show every week so that you guys are gamed up to take it to the next level. So that is it for tonight's show. Please continue to share, continue to like, make sure that you subscribe to the show. That helps us out tremendously. I know where the button's at because I watch a lot of YouTube. It's right down there.
Right in
Just
your face.
click on that button and make sure you share with the players, the teammates, the coaches, because this is community and we're going to build this community up together. So we love y'all. Get to that NBA finals and we will definitely see you at the top. Have a good one.